Hello everyone, welcome to Cherie Voyage. I'm a professional makeup artist of 25 years, and today I'm going to go over with you the new Chanel Reve de Chanel Spring 2022 collection. First I'm going to head into swatches, then I will do a look showing you various ways in which you can use this collection, and then I'll end with a mini review. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the Reve de Chanel Camilla. I don't know if it's Camellia or Camilla. You guys let me know. It's an illuminating powder, and this has been all over the internet, whether that be blogs or vlogs, YouTube or Instagram, you name it. I've seen it for a couple months now, and people are loving it, so I was excited to get my hands on it. I like to use illuminating powders, just so you guys know, all over the face, and then go back in and do another layer, which I'm going to show you guys in 1 minute here. I want to read just a couple of points. It says that the illuminating powder imparts a rosy beige glow, created exclusively for the Reve de Chanel collection and embossed with 3-dimensional forms of the camellia, which is the house emblematic flower. All right, let's go ahead and try these on. I never, ever regret buying a Chanel highlighter because to me, they are the most refined in texture. So my 40-plus-year-old lovely ladies or gentlemen out there who like to look as natural as possible while still illuminating the skin, hands down, Chanel does the best formulations when it comes to refined textures. Right behind that, I would say, is Dior, but they get a little bit more bright, I would say. Guerlain does a great job too, creating a really nice brightening effect on the skin. And there's a couple other companies, but I'll have to take a minute to think about it. But let's go ahead and try this beautiful powder on today. I want to go very light for the first application, so I'm going to use my Kevyn Aucoin. I always forget what this one's called. I think it's the powder brush. Yes, the large blush powder brush. And this dome is great because it doesn't allow you to pick up too much product, and because it's nice and big and fluffy, it will create a nice kind of soft, even application across the skin. So I'm going to go in and just load my brush by tapping, and then you can do a soft swirl in both directions. All right, I'm going to work up on the jawline. Once I get to where my pores start to show up, I don't want to work up anymore because it will emphasize the pore. So then I move in the direction of the pore, which for me is down, which most of us have a down kind of angled pore. So up on the chin, down on the pore, down on the nose, side to side on the chin. I'll take the edge of my brush here, and then I'll lightly dust it underneath the eye area. And voila. Hope you guys are able to see how this just catches light ever so subtly. It's just a beautiful rosy beige glow. Now, for those of you that are wondering that are medium to deep skin tone, can I wear this? Yes. This is going to be more of a brightening kind of powder though. I would say go very, very lightly and then use it as an eyeshadow or use it to highlight underneath the eyes. So the second step is going to be to create a little bit more of a wow factor. We're going to use it as a highlighter. I'm going to grab a little bit here with my finger. I'm going to tap this right on the upper cheekbone area. It's such a subtle glow. I'm gonna go down just a very little bit, whatever is left on my finger, on my nose. I don't do a high kind of beam with one area here and here. I really try to go down and then go back and forth with my finger, blending that powder across so that way when I move my head, it looks natural the way it's hitting light instead of just one area. Now, if you guys want to do a high beam type of effect, you do you. The idea is that you guys feel like the best version of yourselves. So another way you can wear this powder, go ahead and dip your finger in. Feel free to put a bit on the brow bone up here because we're hitting the high points of the face. When we move, it gives us a nice luminous, ethereal complexion. Grab a little more here and we're going to put it on the inner corner just to kind of brighten where those purple, blues, and greens sit. Want to make a fuller lip look? Just go ahead and go on that ridge. It'll grab light and you can even put a little on the bottom here. If you guys want to take it a step further even, take a little bit of the powder and add a bit to the ridge of the ear. It's a beautiful way once again to catch light, and as you turn your head, it will grab this whole side of the face, creating a beautiful transition from one part of the face to the next. I even like to take a little bit of this and put it in the dip in my throat, a little on my collarbones here, and even a little on the chin. All right, let's go and get to the next product. Ooh, I almost forgot to tell you guys, it does come with a kabuki brush. So great for travel, it's nice and dense, and let me go ahead and show you guys, it really does pick up a lot of product, so it will create right away a medium kind of coverage look as well as a more intense highlighted effect. So if you want something lighter, go for this. I'd say in the morning as you're leaving the house, and then throughout the day, touch up with this to intensify the highlighter effect. So here we have the Imaginaire Quartet eyeshadow, and I read online about the lipstick saying that it's a kind of a woody orange, reddish brown color theme with the lipsticks, but I feel like the whole collection is kind of based on a woody orange, reddish brown color. So warm in nature. Now what I notice right away is that the colors are very subtle, they're very pretty, they're gonna look good on hazel eyes, on brown eyes, even blue eyes, because the oranges are gonna bring out blues, that's opposite on the color wheel, and the reddish brown is gonna bring out browns and greens really well, because once again, opposite on the color wheel, green to red. But honestly, they're pretty, but I'm not wowed by them. And maybe that's just me. The formula's great, the colors are great, they're gonna be beautiful on the eyes, but I feel like I've seen colors like this before with Chanel. I feel like I have so many warm palettes that although I love this for someone, let's say, who doesn't have a warm palette, I personally feel like I have a lot of these colors already. So that's my personal take on it. But if I take myself out of that, great palette, great colors, a lot of people are going to love it. I just seem to have a lot of these colors already. But let's go ahead and play now. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the tools that came with the compact. I love these little doe foot applicators. I think they're great. They're like little fingers, so you're able to really get in there. I'm gonna first start off with this reddish brown color, just tapping the shadow onto the brush. I'm just tapping this across the lid, and for my brown-eyed and hazel-eyed individuals out there, this is your color. It's definitely gonna bring out the greens and it's gonna bring out the brown. And you just tap it onto the lid, and then you take the edge and you can lightly just blend onto that brow ridge to smoke out the edge and to soften. Turn it over, and this will blend and soften even more with a clean side of this applicator here. Love this color. All right, so from there, I'm gonna go ahead now and I'm gonna grab this beautiful shimmery color. I'm gonna go ahead now and take that and just pop that right in the middle. Yet another look, 2 shadows, easy peasy. Took all of what, 2 minutes maybe? All right, so loving this. Let's go ahead now and do a different look on this eye. So for this eye, for those of you that want something a little more subtle, I'm gonna go ahead and use these 3 colors in the peach kind of tone, and then I'll use this one as my eyeliner. So let's go ahead and start with this one down here. I'm just going to tap that on the lower lid here. Couple things about the color orange is, especially in this kind of color range, is it's stunning for those of you that have a lot of shadowing on your eye, meaning that if you're not getting enough sleep, a lot of purples and blues in the lid, orange counteracts purples and blues, so it automatically is going to brighten and neutralize discoloration. So this is all over that one color here. Now I want to soften that just a bit so it's not so bright orange. I'm going to use the one next to it here, which gets a little bit more towards, I'd say, a lighter orange, a little more kind of a cream tone to it. I'm just going to go right on top. I'm going to drag this up now onto the brow ridge and work outward. So I'm going to flip my brush over and I'm going to grab a bit of this shimmer here. And I'm going to put that on the inner eye corner. So I'm going to take a very small brush, flat, and what we want is precision, so small and tight brush. And then I'm going to wet it here. I have my Chantecaille rose water, but feel free to just use water. I'm just going to use the corner of the shadow here and dip that in. Now for those of you that are worried about ruining your shadows, I kind of just get in there. I'm a painter by heart and I actually paint, so I'm used to just going in and using my shadows as I will. But what you can do is you can first put product on the brush and then wet the brush so that you're not dipping it into the powder. I want to state, this palette does not say it could be used wet or dry. All right, so loaded the brush with the pigments, and what I'm going to do is just tap that across the lash line. So I worked the whole lash line from the outer edge and then brought it into the waterline so that way it kind of folded in. I wanted to tight line it so it just kind of was more an accent rather than something so intense. Feel free to take that color though if you want and just put it on the outer edge on the lower lash line as well. This will give you an almond shape eye, or I like to call Sophia Loren kind of eye, where everything moves up and out. Now I never want something too harsh, so I'm gonna go in now with the brush, which I dried off, and I'm adding a little bit of that shimmer color, and I'm going to wrap this around the lid. Now I didn't wipe all the purple. I'm just now taking that shimmer color and dragging it from the last point, which was the center where we left with that reddish brown color, and bringing it to the inner corner of the eye here. Create a soft halo look around the under eye area so it doesn't get too dark and too harsh looking. The idea is definition on top and soft on the bottom. Let me know which one you like more. I know it's a preference. I personally like this one more, but I like something a little edgy and editorial looking. But this is, beautiful for day to day, so I totally get it. Let me know what you guys think. Let's get now into this wand pen. Now I got the color called Eclat, and this is supposed to be an illuminating pen for the face, specifically for the brow bone and the eyes to brighten. Now, I'm having a bit of a love, not so much love relationship with this, meaning when I first put it on, I was like, whoa, it's got a very high pink shift to it, meaning that I usually like a peach or gold or kind of like a pearlescent color. I find it looks more natural. There's a lot of pink in this. I don't know yet if I'm in love with the product. It's kind of like in the middle area for me. It's in the gray area. I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about it. I still need to play with it a bit more. But I'm gonna go ahead and put it on this side so that you guys could see. Right when I put it on, I was like, oh, pretty. When I put it on the back of my hand, nice and sheer. And then as I started to put it across my brow bone area, I was like, oh, nice. But then it got really pink. I'm hoping you guys can see this. It just, especially outside, it looked like I put pink, light shimmer pink glitter on my lid. And it did not look natural. It just looked kind of like, it'd be great for the club. Let's put it that way. And I'm not one who goes to the club very often at this point in my life. So, yeah, just something to note. You could tap a little bit onto the center of the lid here. Let's try that. bet this will look pretty on top of shadow. I would wear this as a topper on top of shadow, but directly on the skin, it's pink. That's pretty, grabs a little light there. All right, guys, let's head into the next product since you definitely know how I feel about this guy at this point. Let's get into some lipsticks. Let's start first with Poesie. I actually looked that up right now, you guys, and maybe you guys can hear it.
Poesie.
Shall we try that again?
Poesie.
Poesie?
Poesie.
It's too naughty to say what I think it sounds like, but
Poesie.
yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead now and try on the Rouge Allure ink for you guys. I love these. These are amazing for a stay-on lipstick. I like the way they hug the lips, and they're beautiful on cheeks and lips. I think that's why I like them, because I can use it on both areas on the face. Let's go ahead and try this color on. It's a beautiful kind of orangey rose color. Oh, love this. I cannot wait to put it on as a blush. So what I like about these so much is, yes, they're matte, but they're comfortable. And they're not thick and heavy and drying. They're not over the top. And usually matte textures are, you know, they're really pigmented and they're really drying, and these aren't. Oh, so pretty. Oh my, this is like spring in a lipstick. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of this because I don't have any blush in this collection, so always feel free to take a little bit of your lip product because it uniforms the color story with your makeup application for the day. Put it on the cheeks. Ooh, okay, I put a lot on there. That's okay. All right, so what do we think? It's the lip and the cheek together. This color is just like spring happiness. Yeah, I like this color. All right, let's go ahead and get into the last lipstick, which I'm having a little bit of issues with. I'll tell you in a minute. All right, let's go ahead and get into the Rouge Allure Extract. I was a bit trepidatious about getting this lipstick because it's $55. I understand that it's a luxury brand, but the price has gone up. And I have to tell you, it feels really light in here. And I was just curious. So I looked at ounces, which I don't get into all that kind of stuff of like, you know, breaking down every single thing when it comes to product. I'm here really to just try products on, show you guys tips and techniques, and have some fun with artistry. But I could feel how light this lipstick was, and I was like, okay, that's for $55, and it's more than all the other lipsticks from Chanel. Why? So the Rouge Allure ink is 0.20 full ounces, okay? The Rouge Allure extract is 0.07 ounces. And you can feel it. It is very, very light. Yes, the packaging is luxurious. Yes, the formula felt great when I swatched it. But the bullet amount of product in here is very small. Now, I know that these are refillable lipsticks, which is great. Every company should be doing this. And the bullet, when you refill it, is only, I say only, $40 to do a new bullet. Here's my thing though. It's still not that much product, you guys, and it just gives me a little bit of a feeling. That said, I will say on a positive note that the original Rouge Allure lipstick is not as pigmented as this new Rouge Allure extract. I definitely noticed that it's way more hydrating, creamy, and packs a punch with color. So let's give it a chance and put it on my lips and we'll see what we think. All right, so the color and the formula and the sheen is beautiful. It is really, really gorgeous. And I would give it 10 stars if it had more actual product in the bullet. But since we've already gone over that, what do I think of the actual formula and color? Brilliant, brilliant. It's hard to explain just how good they feel on the lips. It's hard to explain just how incredible like the color payoff is and the texture. It's really well formulated. Now, a couple points reading over here says that it's infused with ultra high concentration of pigments. Refillable satin lipstick reveals incomparable shade intensity upon first application that lasts up to 8 hours. I believe it. This feels so rich and pigmented. I have a feeling if I leave it on for about a half an hour, it's probably going to stain my lips. It just feels like it's packed with pigments. Really light. It feels almost like a lip balm lipstick with its like formula on my lips. Really comfortable. But the color payoff is wow. So oh, this is where Chanel gets you, because I was kind of determined to not like this lipstick because I was annoyed by the price like increase, but maybe I end up using less than I would with the original Rouge Allure because there's more pigment to this one. Still something to note, but yeah, happy with it, and I do see myself picking up some refillables for the one lipstick that I got because I have a hard time buying several other colors when I already just have the case for $55. I'll buy it for $40, but I don't really want to buy the whole thing again for $55 is what I'm saying. So what would I buy again? What would I pass on? Personally, I like the illuminating powder. Absolutely gorgeous. Great for highlighting as well as using as a powder to give a glow to the skin. I would absolutely buy the lipstick. I love it because it's so spring, gorgeous on the cheeks and the lips. The pen, I would pass on personally, just didn't work for me as we discussed. And the eyeshadow palette, although it's really beautiful, I'm kind of on the fence still about because I still feel like I have a lot of colors like this. But every time I look into the camera and I see this eye with how pretty this brown color is, it has like the most beautiful red wood color, you know, makes me go, But I do feel like Chanel's come out with colors like this. So before you get it, I would check your palette collection and see if you have something similar. If you don't, then I'd get it. Me, I'd pass on it. As of now, we shall see though. And lastly, the Le Rouge Le Extract lipstick. I'm gonna say yes. And I'll tell you why I'm gonna say yes, because I love the way it looks and feels. Where I'll say no is the price. Come on, Chanel, come on. But since I know it's a refillable for $40 and I feel like I'm gonna use less because it's so pigmented, I actually like it. So there you go. All right, everyone, we've hit the end of the video. Questions, suggestions, comment down below. If you want to support Chez Voyage, you like what you're seeing here, and you like my content, please help me out by going ahead and using those affiliate links down below. I get a small commission, which helps me to keep doing this channel. I also have several department store links for you to shop for anything your heart desires. Don't forget to hit that like button, leave me a comment, and subscribe. Would love to have you as part of the Chez Voyage family. All right, everyone, till next time, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, everyone.